Minister Anita Anand is going to India. Do you think Canada should be pursuing a relationship with India right now?
India?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It is an important world partner, and with the world falling apart, we need partners like India. Thank you.
Thank you. Anand's going to India this weekend. Do you think Canada should be pursuing a relationship with India right now?
Pursuing a relationship with India?
Yes.
Well, I think it's important that Canada has diplomatic relations with every major country of the world. I know that relations have been strained between our countries, so that context has to be taken into account. But we should be talking to countries and airing our differences and talking about them.
The World Sick Organization of Canada said that maybe this could be appeasement, for economic reasons, and that we aren't asking for enough, perhaps, from India's side to cooperate in the investigation, for example, or we should wait until that investigation is closed into the murder of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. What do you make of those asks?
Well, I think that, seeing a Canadian citizen murdered on Canadian soil is a matter of great national concern. I think there has to be a full and comprehensive investigation into that, and I think the Indian government should cooperate fully with that. I'm aware that they are taking the position that they didn't have anything to do with that. Well, if that's the case, then they should cooperate fully with our investigation. But certainly, foreign interference and transnational repression in Canada are completely unacceptable. We cannot tolerate it, and wherever that happens, we have to have a serious and robust reaction to that and investigate it fully to make sure that Canadians are protected here in Canada.
And of course, Mark Carney invited Modi to the G7. He met with him recently. Now Anand's going to India. I think the last time a Canadian official went to India was in 2023. Do you think now is the right time? Do you think that you'd like to see anything differently from Carney and Anand in terms of their interactions with India so far?
Well, with what we're seeing south of the border from Mr. Trump, I think the NDP is in agreement that we need to be diversifying our trade and economic relations with the United States. India is a major economy in the world, along with other countries in that region, and so I do think it's the right time for us to be reaching out, because Canada's economy is going to be dependent on us diversifying that trade relationship. So I think now is the right time to go.
Okay, thank you very much. Are you going to ask for anything in the budget from Carney?
Well, we've made our position very clear that we're going to wait till the budget comes out, and we're going to analyze it through the lens of whether it's good for working families. We've also made it crystal clear we will not support an austerity approach. We think it's time to invest in Canadian communities, Canadian businesses, Canadian workers, and Canadian infrastructure. And, we've been very public about the kinds of things that we'd like to see. We want to see an east-west-north electricity grid. We want to see a youth climate core to invest in young people and address the youth unemployment crisis. So there's lots of positive ideas that we've put forward, but the general approach has to be one of investment, not austerity.
And you met with Carney, but there were no specific asks that you had in that meeting?
Well, I laid out to Mr. Carney exactly what I just laid out here, and let him know that can't count on the NDP support for a budget if it's going to take an austerity approach and doesn't invest, and I made that very clear to him.
Did he seem receptive to that?
He listened. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Chris Ranson, CBC. Mr. Genuis, good to see you. Job numbers now are 7.1%. That's, I believe, a 0.3 increase, if I read my StatsCan email right this morning. What's your reaction to the job numbers today?
Well, in particular, the big news today is a major increase again in youth unemployment. Youth unemployment is already at recession levels, and young people are becoming increasingly desperate. The youth unemployment rate is approaching 15%. It's 14.7 right now. Cumulatively, that's over 460,000 people between 15 and 24 in Canada that are unemployed. We've seen major increases in Ontario here, where more than 17,000 young people lost their jobs just in the last month. This is the continuation of a trend. Young people really struggling in the present context. I think this demonstrates fundamental problems in the economy, but the impacts of it are that young people who are trying to get started on that career ladder are not able to do so, and this will have lifelong effects for many people, sadly.
So just following on from that, what do you want the government to do about that?
Well, we're continuing to study the youth unemployment issue through public hearings at the Human Resources Committee, and our position has been clear on that, calling for the government to unleash the economy by reversing policies that make it difficult for businesses to start and grow. We're seeing declining productivity in Canada as a result of a lack of competitiveness, and that has major impacts in terms of youth unemployment. We're calling for changes at the level of economic policy as well as immigration policy. A poorly aligned immigration system is leading to increasing competition for young people for entry-level jobs that they would be seeking. And then there's some problems in terms of training. The government has poorly aligned our training system. Young people who go to post-secondary are increasingly not able to find jobs in the fields they've been studying in. And this is actually highlighted by the Statistics Canada report, the misalignment between careers that young people are getting trained for and what the market is offering. So we need to address the economic issues, the immigration issues, the training issues, and the Liberals have been at best asleep at the switch, at worst moving in the wrong direction. We've been pushing this issue forward and calling for action in all of these areas.
This morning, the Prime Minister in suburban Ottawa announced that the automation of certain tax benefits. When you and I go to fill out our tax forms for our families, there are all those sort of things you've got to remember to ask for, and they will now be automated for many people who don't file their taxes. What do you think about that?
Well, I think the fundamental problems in our economy, the barriers to investment, the challenges in the immigration policy, the things that are holding young people back from getting jobs and opportunity are very significant. And what we keep seeing from the government is these sort of relatively minor measures, saying, oh, we're going to subsidize a few things here, or we're going to change this process here. But this government has really failed to meet the moment. And we're seeing it in the numbers. We're seeing that their approach is not meeting the moment as youth unemployment continues to increase. We were already at recession levels last month, and the situation just continues to get worse.
The other question is about automation. Automation is coming through everywhere we see. Should the government balance automation with trying to take care of young men who are looking for jobs?
Well, I think the critical issues we're hearing about from experts that are coming before the Human Resources Committee are around economic competitiveness and problems in the immigration system, as well as issues in training. Now, I think our vision should be to support productivity growth. Growth in productivity is going to help create more employment, more opportunity over the long term here in Canada. It's been convenient for the government, I think, to try to point to exogenous factors, but the reality is in other jurisdictions where automation is happening, youth unemployment is much lower. So the government can't explain away the problems that we're facing. They have to recognize that we now have lower productivity than many peer countries. We're further behind in terms of competitiveness, and so addressing competitiveness and fixing the immigration are going to be the key pieces. What the Liberals are doing right now is not working, and that's why we need to change the direction.
I always ask,